Yago 10th User Manual. This is a manual for the version 10.21.24 R018. File, New Game, New, and you have a new game. File, Open Game, you load a game. There are different file versions. YJJ, JSON is the most common. For example, you can load this one, and after you can navigate with the left and right arrow or home or hand, okay? You can also load a World Xiangqi Federation or Asian Xiangqi Federation or TXT game. Also, you can load a portable game notation game, but portable game notation is not always compatible, so it depends. File, save game, and you can save a game in different formats, YJJ or JSON, in fact. With save game as is just you rename a file already saved. With file game match either you can choose the record inside the file you are going to save. With export position, you save the position of the game in SVG format, and with export position as image black view, you save the same position but with the black view. With undo, edit, undo, you can undo one move. Variation tree editor, you can edit one game giving many variants, as many as you want. For example, instead of these, you can do this, and you see you have variant A and variant B, and you can nest it as many as you want, and also you can write a comment. Load on save, you can also have algebraic or World Xiangqi Federation notation. You can also load a game already saved in this form. Each time you see or edit a game this way or in another way we will see later, you can also ask an engine you load to give to you its value of the position. For example, load an engine, okay, let's say pick a fish, and after you enable the analysis and it will show you which movie it will play. It will play. Of course, you have to give him the depth. You can set the depth. You can set the time, or you can say infinite. And so, for example, this, and it will show you the moves he would play. Pick a fish, I mean, and you see the lateral bar. For example, if I do an absurd move, you see that the value changes. And the mode must be human versus human. Otherwise, you cannot enable analysis. If you don't want to see the arrow, the move the engine would play, you just do, let me see, view, best move arrow, visible. You don't, you uncheck this best move arrow visible. You can also choose the the arrow color as you want. For example, now you can visible. You see now the arrow is red, and you can again reset the behavior of the arrow. Of course, you can also load a game already saved in this format. View board type. You can choose some different boards. View piece. You have many different pieces. View coordinates. If you want to see the algebraical coordinates, but not we prefer the traditional coordinates. If you want the traditional coordinates, you just click on coordinates, traditional coordinates. You can flip the board. You can see the moves window. For example, let's say this, Okay, this window is only in algebraical, and you can click on the move you want. Also, you can navigate through the windows with these buttons, or also with the left. I'm sorry, with the up and the down arrow with this window. You can also see the engine log window. For example, you can see whether the engine just um, loaded correctly, and the thought the engine is doing is analysis. You can see here. Okay, and you can clear it. There's an auto clearing of this window sometimes. Tools, made search. For example, you can put a position here and apply fan, and after you can do mate search. Okay, you say this mate search a mate in there is a mate here in 4 moves. So okay, and you enable analysis, and you see here he already found a mate in 4 moves. It will show you the moves to achieve to the mate. Of course, with the mate search, you must give him enough time to or depth to think. Okay. Game clock you can set for when you play a game. You can set for both players uh, the the time of a game. And here we have the most important, one of the most important function of Yago, which is analyze game. For example, let's say I want to load a game or paste the game. Say you have many ways to paste the game: World Xiangqi Federation, Asian Xiangqi Federation, coordinate, fan plus moves, uh, fan plus move, coordinate, PGN, portable game notation, elephant, chess.io. Usually auto-detect is okay, but if the Iago cannot understand the position, the file format, maybe it's better to choose the explicit way the explicit notation. Okay, I say load. Okay, he loaded this game, and now I tell him to analyze the game. But before analyzing the game, it's better to set the weak move factor that will try to find the best, the error with the delta of value in centipound or in pounds, sorry. Okay. And before doing this, it's also better to set the game header. I will show you why later. Okay, after that, you can analyze the game. Ask him analyzing the game. Of course, analyzing the game, it depends. You cannot put infinite, because if you put infinite for one move, he will think forever. So, for example, I usually say 10 seconds, or you can say, for example, set, for example, uh, 6 seconds. Okay, of course. Okay, sorry. And now you can analyze, ask Pikafish, the engine you loaded here, to analyze the game. Or you can choose another engine as you want, and it will start analyzing the game. And here it will tell you where the game will be saved with the name. After you can change, of course, the name of the of the file. And here you see it will also give you some useful informations. When Yago finishes the analysis of the game, you can close the window. Of course, the analysis of the game is worse or better according how many depth, how much depth, or how many seconds you give him to analyze each single game, each single move. I'm sorry, and you can, after you have a file JSON like this with many interesting information that you can see with another Yago function. Typically, it will give you two files, the analysis of the game and the weak move with the, you can see these three, that this is the pawn delta with the weak moves of the game. And here it will give you, in the analyzed game, it will give you the fan, the title, the move number. It will give you the variant. You can see the accuracy of the move, the winning percentage. And here in the other one, the weak move, it will give only a few moves, a few positions where there has been a blunder or a mistake. With Yago, you can ask two engines to play each other. It can be an UCI engine or UCCI engine. Some engines like Fairy Stockfish needs special flags, and some other needs another special flag, all engine compact. I will not explain you more this function. If you ask two engines to play each other, you have this menu. You can start and stop the match of the two engines, swap the sides, assign a victory to red or assign a victory to black, or assign a draw, and you have the match settings, how many game per match you want the two engine plays, and you also can choose a limit for each game. You can set options for each engine, for example, the threads, the hash height, and you can also choose a neural network file. Uh, Usually, if the neural network is in the same directory of the engine, you don't need to set this neural network file. Simply Yago will choose the neural network file for you according to the neural network file if that file is in the same directory of the engine executable. Before I show you that we ask Yago to analyze the game using Pikafish engine, and now you can use another very useful function to see and edit the analysis the engine made before. For example, open analysis JSON, open JSON. For example, I open this already analyzed game, and you can see many different information here. I will not show you everything, but you can, for example, navigate. Okay, you can navigate the game. Okay, using the up and down arrow. Okay, and Yago will show you the the move the engine thought during the analysis. If instead of using up and down arrow, you can also see the variant if there is a variant using the right and left arrow. For example, here we see this variant. Okay, inside the record of each single move. You can also see that that the arrow lateral arrow bar changes the values according to the analysis that the engine made before, and also here there's the value of the position during the game. Okay. One important thing is that you can also edit a note for each move, and you can save it, and so you can have your own comments on each move. For example, this after, for example, seeing after when you see the game. Of course, this edit note should be always open, otherwise you can see the comments you made. Okay, that's all. You can save. While you navigate during your analysis of the game, you can enable always the engine, and so you will see what engine thinks of this position with the time you give him. For example, infinite, of course. So this is a deeper analysis. But you can also say, Pikafish say he wants to play, he should play this. But what happens if I play this one? Okay, you can do it. And after you see this, there's a var a red button here. You can okay, we can see some okay a variant. And after you with this flag arrow, you reset the position to the position before your analysis, your personal analysis. You could do the same clicking on here, but it's better to use the flag. When you close the analysis JSON browser, you will you will lose all the information. You will start again in the previous move board. For example, let's say I was playing or seeing a game here. Now I open the open analysis JSON, and okay, and you can see that that I have this position. But if I close this, I will be again in the same position as the game I was playing before, and not the game in the analysis. Here we have two functions with the converter. You can convert Xiangqi HTML to JSON files. For instance, here we have some games I collected from um, uh, Chinese sites, and they have a very strange format. So if you do this convert Xiangqi HTML to JSON, he will now in this case he converted 12 games, no puzzles, because you can have a game, but also you can have a puzzles or mixed, and he saved this JSON file with the games in this directory. Here is another interesting function I wrote if you want to write some books with games and variants. Variation book formatter. Okay, let's say I have the main line from one position, for example, or from one game. It's better from one position, and you can choose the standard notation or the sole annotation, which is a little bit different, and you can choose the order for the book is better this one, and I will show you what happens after when you process it. It will give you the main line starting from that position and the sublines, the subvariations, and so you can copy them and put in the book you want to write. If you want to practice the end games, you can have this function. You can use this function, random basic end games or random advanced end games, for example, these, and you can play against the engine. But of course, you don't put the engine infinite, otherwise it will never answer you. Or no, you can also let him infinite, for example, and he will show you the correct. You can see there is a checkmate in 7 moves, but you can also, as I showed you before, unable to the visibility of the move, so you have to choose the solution. Of course, you can always look here in principal variation the next moves if you want. If you choose a new end game, basic or advanced, random, after you choose it, you always have to push get fan and apply fan. Otherwise, the engine will remain with the previous position, and you can see strange things on the board. Unfortunately, with the random end game and basic and advanced, you can also have sometimes position illegal positions. As I said before, if you don't want to see the solution, you uncheck this visible, and you can play versus the engine. For example, in this case, the engine is black. Of course, you don't give infinite, otherwise the engine will never answer you. For example, let's say 10 seconds. Okay, and now you play, and the engine, look, now I had before a checkmate in 10, but now with this move, which is not a good move, the correct move, now is the engine that gives me a checkmate in 4 moves. So you can practice it, your end games or middle game or opening skills against the engine, but you have to remember that you have to put not infinite, otherwise the engine will never answer you, and you have to put the engine playing black or red accordingly. Of course, you can edit a position or a fan. For example, you can load the position from the main, and you can after you can change it. For example, I move this pawn here, and I say apply to main. For example, you see now I applied to main, but you can also do many other things with this function. For example, load from main. You can, for example, toggle fan, here, of course, it will say, you have a lot of, because this position is illegal, but you can flip the fan. So you have the same position um, uh, as before, but with the inverted color. You can also, so I can apply it to main again, and you can also add other pieces. For example, you can add uh, this elephant, but you can also drag it in another position, but you cannot put it each any pieces in a wrong position because so look, black bishop must be on a bishop square, for example. So if I put it again here, it will say okay, and I will apply it to fan and close this. You can also translate a UBB notation to fan notation. UBB notation is a notation used by Chinese web sites, and this is the initial notation, and I will transform it to UBB. This is the initial UBB notation, or the initial position, and I will transform it, just for example, to a fan position, and that's okay. And so apply to main. And now let's see tools, games. Here you have very interesting functions. For example, games. You can open a game, not analysis games, otherwise it will not work. For example, you choose game collections, and you can see, okay, I want to see all the games on the last year World Xiangqi Championship, and you open the games. And here you have all the games in that JSON file. Of course, you can choose one. And you can do many interesting things. For example, I choose this game, and after with the left and right arrow, I can see the game. But I also can, if I put human versus human, I also can ask Pikafish, putting, for example, infinite, to give me his idea of what he would play. And after I keep on reading the game in this way. I can also go at the beginning, home, or at the final position. You can see now there's a checkmate in 2 with the hand key. And this window gives you all the information about this game, the opening, who won, the event, the details of the game. With these functionalities, you can guess red moves or black moves, random or sequentially. But in order to do this, you have to choose an analyzed game. Otherwise, you cannot do these functions. You cannot use these functions. For example, games guess red moves. I need to choose the analyzed game. Yago saved the analyzed game under the directory where there's a executable, Yago executable, and under that data games analysis. For example, I choose this game already analyzed. Okay, I say, okay, your turn is red, and I start guessing it. For example, I'm guessing the red moves of the game. Okay. Yago plays black, and so now I try to see. Oh, according to what I remember, maybe the move is this. Okay, correct. It gives you the points. Okay, I remember that he did this. Maybe. No, wrong move. Wrong move. If you do a wrong move, it goes back and it gives you the move he played in the game. For example, no, it made this, and so on. And at the end, you can also stop stop guess red moves, and after it gives you the scores of what you guessed or you couldn't guess. You can guess the moves of the game randomly or sequentially, as black, as red, and well, this is a nice is a nice functionality. But you have to remember that the game must be analyzed before. With mid games, you have tactical and strategical mid games. You have millions and millions of mid games, balanced or unbalanced, random. Like with the end games, you need always to push get fan and apply fan. Otherwise, the engine, if you want to analyze with the engine or play against the engine with the against the engine, you must do always get fan and apply fan. And of course, if you want to play this position again, the engine, you cannot put infinite, of course, but you, for example, put it 3 seconds, okay? And so you, in this position, okay, I made this move, and the engine, after 3 seconds, will play against you in this random and middle game position. With opening, you can review random openings, and it will show you a random opening from an opening book, just waiting 2 or 3 seconds each move, and that's all if you want to see a random opening. Of course, you can stop a random opening review, and also you can choose a random opening position, and after you can mm, ask. Of course, again, get fan and apply fan, and you can ask pick a fish, human versus human, to analyze this position according to the depth or time or infinite you gave him. Or you can also play, if you want, against uh, pick a fish, and okay, I play, for example, this, and 3 seconds, you can see 3 seconds, pick a fish will play, and I lost a piece. You can test your openings preparation as red, as black, from a random opening book, or you can test your opening preparation, but according to a file you prepare, the JSON file you prepare. And also you can stop the opening preparation test. For example, I want to test my opening preparation as red. Okay, it will tell me what I need to do. And until I remain on theory of the opening book Yago has, you will get a point. For example, okay, I play these, for example. So great, 10 points, okay. And it gives you the ID of the opening he choose for against you. Okay, for example, I play this, I play this, I play this. Okay, I I went out of the opening repertoire of Yago, and so he said me, you guessed the 75% of the red moves, and the last opening ID was this one, and you can go to the file of the openings and see how was the continuation according to the opening book Yago has. You can do it for red and black, as I said before. This function will not show you anyway. You can build your opening books by yourself. With this function load fanbook bin binary, you can choose an opening fanbook binary, the one you prepared before with the function I showed you before. And now it told me with this binary book you have 2,100 positions. And what can you use it for? For example, let's say I play this. Okay, I play this, and now Control F, and it will show you. Okay, it didn't find any position played by the grandmaster with this move. But instead of playing this move, if I play this one, for example, I come back one moment, one step, you can see grandmaster, the majority of grandmaster plays this. Okay, let's say I play this. Okay, these are the two main continuation here. If I choose another move, it will not show me anything because it doesn't have this line inside is binary. Let's say, for example, this. Okay, you can see many different possible variations. This variation has been played by all the Chinese grandmaster that has won at least one national championship. With this flag, you just saw the suggestion of the moves. If I uncheck this, I will not see it anymore. You can also do it with Control F. This window gives also many information. The moves from this position that are played uh, with the weight, the same are the same numbers that you can see graphically on the board. You can also test your preparation as red or as black, the same as this preparation, but with a different opening file. This is the fan book opening. For example, let's say, okay, I will start move preparation, opening preparation. Okay, I say this. It will play for black because I choose for red. Okay, play this. I play this. Okay, I'm still in the open theory according to my opening book fan opening book. And now with this move, I was out of the opening book. And of course, you can stop if you are too good. You can stop the fan book preparation. We have another functionality with the opening load opening tree. For example, yeah, I already made prepared for Yago two opening trees, but you can make your own one. For example, this is the same direction cannon with the horizontal rook versus the vertical rook, and you have the opening three. Okay, you can expand it as you want. And for example, if you choose this, you will see accordingly uh, the position on the chessboard. And down here, you can have the move played so far. Position can be everything: end game, middle game, puzzle, and the file can contain one or thousand games or positions. For example, if I choose this mid-game file position in JSON, you have mm, an array of positions, and again, you can hide the yellow arrow in order not to see the suggested move. You can ask the engine to say what he thinks according to to the level you put it, you set it. For example, 10 seconds or infinite, and so on. And you can also play again the engine. If you put a flag here in this check button, Yago will let you play automatically at every record change versus the engine according to the time level you choose for playing. If you put infinite, the engine will think infinite, so we will not be able to play. And you can also ask each record at a time, play versus engine. You can edit for each position a note, and so on. And again, the file JSON can be an array of 1 to 1,000 of games or positions. With puzzle, like in end games or mid games, you can have random puzzles. You always have to remember, maybe it's better to uh, mm, click on get fan and apply fan. And again, you can you can ask the engine to give you the solution, or you can play again, for example, 3 seconds um, versus an engine. You can have different types of puzzles, random puzzles, more random puzzles, random artistic puzzles. You also have famous puzzles. You can see here. You can have a challenge on the puzzle if the record you choose has a solution inside. Translator, you can get the moves, portable game notation base 0, portable game notation base 1, uh, pure game notation, which is algebraic, Xiangqi Federation standard notation, SOLA Xiangqi Federation notation. One last word for best game. This is very interesting because you can put the fan here and the word moves and the moves of the game. This is a checkmate in 14 moves, if I'm not wrong. Load, you see at the end, you can go at the beginning of the position clicking here, or just you go end and home, and after with the right and left arrows you can see the solution, or you can try yourself to find the solution to this checkmate. You can play again against the engine. Annotations, you can choose many annotations, for example, circular line, or square marker, or let's say triangle marker. Of course, you can do it everywhere you want on the board. Good square, mm, bad square. You can also put labels. with Control L or just with label. And for example, here you have A, okay, or each label you want. You can clear all marks, or you can choose different colors of the annotations. You can draw different kinds of line, for example, thick lines, thin lines, uh, dotted lines. I don't know whether the name is good, dotted lines. And you can do many of these actions with short keys. For example, Control Alt right click of the mouse, you can mark a piece or put a circle here, for example. All this annotation can be saved in an image, as I showed you before. Export position as image, for example, set position, this position, and also the export position as image as black view, position black, for example. Okay, so after you can see the result in the file, and as you can see, I could save all the annotations for red, but also for black. And of course, you can clear all annotations.